actually odds on what are, like, she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at a WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name. Okay, so the kid was set up for failure.
In June 2024, legendary UConn coach Gino Auriemma made headlines with a scathing critique of WNBA rookie Caitlin Clark. He labeled her fans as delusional and claimed she wasn't built for the league's physicality. "She's on the wrong team, with the wrong skill set," he said. His harsh words spread like wildfire, fueling debates across the basketball world. But then, the games began, and Clark's response was nothing short of extraordinary. Game by game, Clark silenced her critics.
WNBA player, and believe me, I've coached the best, and I've pissed them off a lot, and they let me know about it. But they were tremendously disrespected. And none of them are going to say it. But human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league.
Her pinpoint passes, clutch shooting, and fearless play stunned the league. By the end of her rookie season, Clark had rewritten the record books, smashing 62 WNBA records, a feat so jaw-dropping it almost seemed unreal. She averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game, earning Rookie of the Year and becoming the first rookie.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league.
16 years named to the All-WNBA first team. Suddenly, Auriemma's comments looked laughably out of touch. The fans he called delusional were now cheering as Clark climbed MVP betting boards, sitting comfortably in the top 5. Reality had arrived, and her name was Caitlin Clark. As Caitlin Clark's rookie year dazzled, Indiana Fever's new head coach, Stephanie White, saw the potential for even more. White isn't just impressed by Clark's record-breaking talent, she's building a plan to elevate her game to unprecedented levels. Unlike Auriemma's rigid criticisms, White's approach celebrates Clark's unique skills. "We're not trying to mold her into something she's not," White explained. "Instead, we're amplifying what makes her special." Clark led the league in turnovers last season, partly due to her ambitious passing and relentless drives. White is working with her to refine her ball handling in tight spaces, ensuring she can navigate double and triple teams with ease. Everyone knows about Clark's deep three-pointers and finishing at the rim. But White is helping her develop a consistent pull-up jumper and floater, adding layers to her offensive game that make her nearly unguardable. The WNBA's physicality is no joke, and Clark faced her share of bruising battles in her rookie year. This offseason, White and Clark are focused on building the strength and endurance needed to thrive in a league that demands toughness night after night. White's philosophy is as innovative as it is empowering. "We don't just run plays, we make plays," she said, describing her approach. "It's about giving our players the freedom to read the game and create within a system." This flexibility is a game-changer for Clark, who thrives on instinct and creativity. White's open communication style also sets her apart. She talks basketball with Clark, not just about Fever strategies but about the game as a whole, fostering a partnership built on trust and mutual respect. "She's not just a great player, she's a high IQ player," White said. "She sees the game differently, and our conversations help her refine that vision." The goal is not only to make her more efficient but to help her elevate the entire team. The contrast between Auriemma's doubts and White's belief in Clark is striking. While one doubted her ability to
use their instincts and to play free, we want to make plays, not run plays, right? We want to have sets that give us certain spacing that we want, depending upon our rotations, who's on the floor, who we want to attack, what matchups we want to get to, how can we manipulate them. So we'll have certain play calls that just give us space to operate, and then whichever play we make, whichever pass we make determines, one of 3 actions that our players can read from. And so really giving them the freedom to play within a system.
Mother embraced it, building a strategy that plays to her strengths. Under White's guidance, Clark isn't just proving she belongs in the WNBA, she's becoming the centerpiece of a team that's redefining the league. With a record-breaking rookie year behind her and an off-season dedicated to leveling up, the sky's the limit for Caitlin Clark. As the 2025 season approaches, one thing is certain: the Indiana Fever aren't just playing basketball, they're rewriting its future. Does this meet your expectations? Let me know if you'd like any tweaks or additional details. Stephanie White's vision for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in 2025 is nothing short of revolutionary.
I'm not one of those coaches that is going to be set in her ways. Not one of those coaches that isn't, I'm willing to try new things.
Declaring, "We want to make plays, not run plays." This philosophy isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a complete rethinking of how basketball can be played. Instead of sticking to rigid, by-the-book strategies, White is giving her players the freedom to create within a structured system. We'll have certain play calls that give us space to operate, White explained. Then,
I think first and foremost, just talking basketball, right? Just having general basketball conversations about what she's watching, what she likes, what are some of the things that what are some of her thoughts from, not just what the Indiana Fever have done, but from the game of
our players can read from. The approach prioritizes instincts and adaptability, allowing players to thrive in the moment rather than being bogged down by rigid plays. I'm not the type of coach to stick to my ways if they're not working, White said. I'm always open to trying new things. This flexible strategy could unlock even greater potential for Clark, who has already dominated in traditional systems. The question on everyone's mind is, with this freedom, how far can she go? White's coaching goes beyond X's and O's. She's having deep, collaborative conversations with Clark, not just about Fever basketball but about the game itself. We talk about...
I've never seen in the NBA a player that can throw the ball ahead on the break better than her. Or him. Anyone. I had Isaiah, I had Hall of Fame point guard. Never anyone better than her. I also think that, like a lot of my great point guards, Hall of Famers, she could play off the ball so well because she knows how to move without the ball. And
ball in general, White shared. This open communication is a cornerstone of White's approach. It's not about dictating every move, it's about listening, learning, and working together. I talked to her about how we can make her more efficient, more effective, and how she can elevate the team as a whole, White explained. White's confidence in Clark is evident. She's not just a great player, she's a high IQ player who has adjusted to this league faster than anyone I've seen, White said. Her ability to throw the ball ahead on the break is unmatched. I've coached Hall of Fame point guards, but I've never seen anyone do it better than her. And what's even more impressive...
I started watching Caitlin Clark when she was in the 8th grade, when I was at Vanderbilt.
how about
And then I called a lot of her games in college when she was at Iowa. And so I've really watched her continue to learn and grow, and I have great relationships with her college coaches and had multiple conversations with them throughout the course of her career about what the next steps would be, right? And what the
ball because of how well she moves without it. The contrast between White's collaborative, empowering style and Gino Orima's past criticisms of Clark couldn't be more stark. While Orima doubted her ability to adapt, White is embracing it, building on her strengths, and using her unique skill set to reshape the entire Fever roster. This isn't just about proving doubters wrong anymore. It's about setting a new standard for what's possible in women's basketball. Under White's guidance, Clark isn't just growing as a player, she's emerging as a leader, someone capable of lifting her team and the game itself